threaten him or come up with a new plan. Because again, like Kawaki's plan here can't happen
What
for
I'm
the
comparing
stories.
this to, Attack on Titan spoilers, anyone listening, for season 4? Do you remember when, in the second half of season 4, when Peak comes to the island and, like, sees Eren in the room and it's like, oh, Eren, I got this pistol, I'm gonna shoot you. And you better listen to me, otherwise I'll do it. And he's like, no, I know you won't, because you don't have the authority to do it, and all that. Like it's an okey doke after an okey doke after an okey doke. And it feels like Kawaki here has the advantage, of which so I'm just going to go along with until the betrayal scene very soon after, just like what Peak did to Eren. Like it almost flew
Yeah,
into one
like
scene altogether, one sequence.
yeah, like in it, like I agree. Like it has to happen soon, whatever the thing is,
Yeah.
because it just doesn't make sense otherwise.
Yeah. By the way, I was
Now,
thinking about it. Do you think that's because I think that's one of the cooler scenes in Attack on Titan, especially season 4, especially from Eren's perspective. I love that Eren's like, no, I know you won't do it. Do you think Eren having future sight kind of slightly ruins that moment? Because we don't know if he saw that moment or not, but either way, he's seen moments beyond this, obviously, so he knows for a fact she will not shoot the gun, so it might as well not be there, or it might as well not have bullets, from Eren's perspective. I think it's way cooler if it is just what he says, as opposed to he knows for future sight that he's going to live. Whether or not it's actually confirmed that the universe will play out that way or not, Eren thinks it is going to be the case. So he's not afraid because of
so
that. But the
I
thing
guess
is,
a
the
couple
thing about
things.
that, Eren is the type of character that would have done this anyways, which is why I don't like the future sight in the scene necessarily. Because Eren would have done this. He doesn't care. He's technically done stuff like this before, especially in the OVAs, when he's being held at gunpoint through the bandits trying to steal the ODM gear.
Exactly. Like Aaron would just say this anyway. Now I will say, not a chance Aaron saw this scene specifically, because
But again, that
he's
doesn't
not sending
matter
that to Christian.
because he
He's not sending this to
knows.
Christian.
Like
Yeah, exactly.
unless he's thinking it's possible that Peak is gonna like cut his head off with the pistol here. He's gonna activate the rumbling that way with Zeke's not even around. Like, so he knows
Yeah, like he knows
something's
the
coming.
rumbling is gonna happen, so he knows he's not gonna die. But
Exactly.
like, yeah, so it's like he can guess that she's not gonna shoot him, but I guess in theory, he could think that like, oh, maybe like this is the pistol moment.
Well, even if she does shoot, the point is Eren knows it's not gonna matter. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't lead to anything. It's not gonna mean anything. It's not gonna kill him. Which is the point. Like Peek's not shooting to maim. She would be shooting to kill.
Yeah.
And again, Eren is calling that out. Like Eren doesn't say anything about future sight, which I'm glad, because it leads to such a cool scene of him basically Death Note deducing his way out of it. But the fact that
So
he has future sight passively is like a side thing that sort of low key kind of takes away from the scene. Doesn't ruin it, but like almost invalidates some of it.
there's arguments for both sides.
Yeah.
I in overall agree that it would be cooler. It does take away from it to know, like he just knows this is going to be the case. There's some coolness to the fact that like I know everything in the future. Like I know you're not going to shoot, bro. There is an
Yeah.
element of coolness to that, but I think it's just overall cooler if it's just like bro, I know you're not going to shoot, and he
But
doesn't
if
actually know
that's
it. He's
there,
just saying it.
I think I would almost rather them go in that direction, even if it's a worse direction to go in. Like I don't prefer it, but I rather it.
I mean, I personally just like the idea that like he doesn't actually know and he's just saying it. It's still
Exactly.
my
No, I like
favorite,
that. That is
but
the best way. And at the time when we get the scene, that's what we think because we don't even know about the future sight shenanigans. At least not in this way.
Yeah. But the problem is he can't know about the rumbling in that case unless the scene occurs after the rumbling, which it can.
Exactly. So it is like a major change, no matter how you do it, and you can't
So
just take
the
away
only
his future
way,
sight.
well, actually, there is a workaround, a slight workaround. Not really, actually, but like kind of.
Anything,
So
please.
it's not gonna work, but I'm gonna say it.
Okay.
Rather than like seeing the rumbling, as in like seeing the Titans walking around and all that stuff, he could just see like the fiery water, like the aftermath. Basically, he just sees
Yeah.
the fiery water and all that jazz. To where, again, like the reason why this doesn't really work is like, well, that hasn't happened yet, so like you know that peak's not gonna kill you, but like you could in theory be thinking like, oh, I could get maimed, like I could get shot, but like I'm gonna do this rumbling. I guess that's why it doesn't really matter. I don't know. Like I to some extent I kind of like the idea that he only sees the aftermath. Just in general, he doesn't see the rumbling. He sees the fiery water, and that's when he shows Grisha. And then he just puts two and two together that like I do the rumbling to do this kind of thing. But yeah, I'm not really saying anything helpful to this conversation.
You know, I have something cool that they could have added to this just to at least address the future sight, but like indirectly, not really. Eren could have, like, one of his final lines here could have been something like, "The one who's gonna kill me, dot dot dot, isn't you." He's like saying it coldly.
Oh yeah,
Something like
that's
that.
kind of cool.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, it's Mikasa. Like,
Yeah. Like, maybe that's the only thing from the rumbling he sees in this case. I could work.
he just sees when he dies.
Exactly. I mean, just like
He shows
objectively, it would
Grisha
make sense for him to just
that.
check his final moments. Like, might as well.
Yeah.
Well,
He
then
just
again, I feel
sends
like
him to
Grisha probably
Grisha.
wouldn't be freaking out if that's the only thing he saw.
Yeah.
He knows that
Like-
Zeke's not going to be the one to stop Eren if that's the case.
Yeah.
uh,